Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to show you a short that Washington, D.C. is coming from NBC News that the press secretary is talking about and what they're going to do with the homeless in Washington, D.C. So, and I imagine that that's the way it's going to pretty well go to every state, the ones that want to get their funding, because President Trump did say that the states that take care of the homeless encampments and get them off of the streets, I guess, pretty much do it whatever way they can to the total enforcement of the law to be able to do it. So uh, get your executive order out and read it and try to understand it more. And all you homeless folks that may come across this video, well, watch it, be prepared for what's coming, and um, so anyway, I'm gonna let this run.
Do you have any specifics about how homeless people will be dealt with, where they would be moved to? What does this look like? I do, yes, and it's an important question, so thank you for raising it. The Metropolitan Police Department, with the support of the new federal agencies who have been surging on the streets of the District of Columbia, are going to enforce the laws that are already on the books here in Washington, D.C. For far too long, these laws have been completely ignored, and the homelessness problem has ravaged the city. So DC Code 221307 and DC Municipal Regulation 24100 give the Metropolitan Police Department the authority to take action when it comes to homeless encampments. So homeless individuals will be given the option to leave their encampment, to be taken to a homeless shelter, to be offered addiction or mental health services, and if they refuse, they will be susceptible to fines or to jail time. We also want to make DC safe and beautiful, and that involves removing mentally disturbed individuals and homeless encampments as well. He had talked in one of the social media posts about moving them very far outside of the city. Is that off? No, it's not off. We're exploring how we could do that. But again, homeless shelters, offered addiction and mental health services, or jail if they refuse are the options on the table right now. And we'll continue to explore that option. Regarding the president's efforts in Washington, D.C., do you have any...
So, folks, they are either offering them uh, to get out of the state, find other options, find an apartment, go to family, but they didn't say that. They just said to move their encampment. So to move their encampment out of Washington, D.C. would mean move to another state or get a house or whatever. So they are supposedly giving them options. So, but I just wanted to let y'all know that these are the things that are going to start happening now. If somehow or another you become homeless or you choose to be homeless, and by choosing to be homeless is go live in your car because you want to save money for rent, or you want to go tiny in your van and turn it into a little home, they still consider that homeless. And I can guarantee you that the way people think anymore, that they're probably going to say, well, why would anybody want to live out here like this in a van or in an RV? There must be something mentally wrong with them. So if by chance they do gather you up in among that group of people that particular day or whatever, you're going to go through some scrutiny. So I'm just saying, if you're at home right now, try to be innovative. Try to come up with some ideas, but whatever you do, keep your rent paid, and if you possibly can, move to a cheaper place. Now, like I said, I live here in a camper. Um, I don't particularly like it. It's not really not my taste. I mean, I have lived in trailers and I have lived in campers, and and many different things. But I'm trying to take this camper now and turn it into a nice little home that I'm comfortable in. Nice little things that I like to look at and stuff like that. I have my kitchen there, and over there's my TV, and on the other side of the that little bookcase is my futon. So I'm trying, folks, using my gifts and my talents to make my life easier, that I can pay my way and take care of myself, and even now to be useful to society. One of my ways that I'm trying to be useful to society is I went to college for criminal justice. I know how to run a computer. I can go online. I can get a job online. I've got this YouTube channel that I'm staying hopeful, and I don't even like that word hopeful, but I'm staying. Um, all things are possible. That my YouTube channel will become very successful, and I'll do very well financially. So, but there's other things that I could look into. I mean, but so I'm learning to be innovative, and learning to reinvent myself, so that I always have a roof over my head. And the answer to a lot of it is being uh, wealthy enough that you can keep a roof over your head. So use those gifts and those talents that y'all got to learn how to make more finances so that you don't work yourself to death out on a job someplace that you're making somebody else wealthy. I'm not saying to quit your job. I'm just saying learn how to make it a little bit easier for yourself so that you don't go homeless. Because, like I said, each state's going to be different, but that's what's happening in Washington, D.C. So you either take the treatment plan or you take the shelter, or which, and I know how the shelters work. You're only allowed in there so long because my daughter works with that kind of stuff. But whatever the case may be, if I were you, any homeless people that are watching right now, wherever you're at, I would try very hard to get with family members somewhere, even if you have to. It's like, say, for instance, if you're in your car or you're in a van, try very hard to find some of your family members that will allow you to possibly have a camper, or live in your car on their property for now. Anyway, um, I'm just saying, it's just an idea, folks, so that you don't put yourself in the predicament that's going to happen to a lot of the homeless people right now. Remember, a merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit will dry up your bones. And if you believe you can, and if you believe you can't, then you can't. But if you believe you can, then get those wheels turning up here. Go within to your divine source, your creator, your Yahuwah, whatever you want to say your creator is. I am the great I am. Again, when we say I am this or I am that, we are speaking the name of the great I am. Because he told Moses, I am that I am. I am whatever you need in your life. So, y'all have a great day. Love y'all. Do your best to be prepared for any kind of situation that may come your way.